Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am going to be your caster for this beloved best of 5 that we are getting from the Heroic Division semifinals. Thank you all once again for joining me. I'm so ecstatic about this. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. We got the #1 seed, Broken Alliance, going up against the 5th seed, n0b0 Esprouts. And if you're sitting at home and you've just been watching a dog for the last 10 minutes and you're like, but how do we get to Infernal Shrines? It's okay. Settle down. I got you. The home team, or I guess not even so much the home team, the higher seeded team of Broken Alliance opted for map pick priority in our best of 5 series. They banned out Towers of Doom and Volskaya Foundry. Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen were banned out by the members of n0b0 Esprouts, and we are going to be seeing Infernal Shrines as the first map pick and choice by the members of Broken Alliance. Let's see if they're going to be able to take this map, or if first pick priority is going to be just a little too powerful, as we already see Avala first pick on the right-hand side, Ana Uther banned on the left. No Uther shenanigans main tank this game. We do see the Garrosh and ETC on the right as well going to be banned out. I like that right there. Yo, Arrow, how's it going? Obese, how's it going? I'm here to watch John Knight. He's one of the best HOTS players in NA. He has speed like no other. I seriously feel like I'm watching a true artist when I see him in the top lane. All right. Night Singer, thank you for the follow as we get into this. I really appreciate that support, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content you see. Also, Lorelei, how you doing, friend? Skipmo, thanks for coming by and supporting as well. Thanks for everyone who's watching, hanging out, and pushing for that partner with us. Sylvanas Ari on the left-hand side for the members of Broken Alliance. We do have this Avala on the right picked up so far. They do take away the battery potential with that. I don't know if that was something they were specifically going for. I actually have seen a lot of Tassadar play on this map, and that could be something we see here. His poke value is pretty powerful. Archon or even Force Wall are great tools for said Tassadar as well. And there we're going to be seeing it with the Joanna, and the Joanna, it makes sense here. She's got so much utility, and you can make arguments for her on every single map. On Infernal Shrine, she's got great grouping of the minions for the skeletal defenders, as well as the rotations between mid and bottom. Watching John Knight in a sponsored team basically is the same as watching old HCC BlizzCon finals. It was so impressive to see a huge org like Broken Alliance supporting a monster of an offlane like John Knight. Yo, Ryokai, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. Thank you, everyone who's stopping by for the heroic semifinals. I'm super pumped about these. Decker Kane will be banned out, as they do need a main support on the right-hand side, and getting rid of that makes sense. They actually get rid of the Grey main as well, as they do need something in the dive department on the left-hand side, or even just something in general to fill up that Ariel. But I'm actually a little surprised they don't go for the Gul'dan ban, as they did need something for the Shrine clear. Diablo will be... is that skin banned for Dibbles? Can't remember. All right, I just wanted to throw that out there because I don't want to have to do a remake. Because I think it's Archangel, but I don't know if it's any of the Archangels, or if it's just the skin tint of like the white one or something like that. Anyways, Tassadar, Vala, Joanne on the right-hand side. They need a solo laner, and they also need a main support. Malthael will be the solo laner right now, and we also have a Lucio going to be breaking it down here and there, and I like that. Double support, Vala hypercarry in a sense, but you also do have the Malthael for some extra damage. No need to feed his ego more. We're gonna get another Twitter about it. Sonya is going to be picked up here on the left-hand side as the solo laner. I actually really like the Sonya play. We haven't seen a lot of her. When we do get to see her, I think she's really strong. That was the best Twitter of all time. I didn't see the Archangel Diablo skin is banned. Wait, I didn't see but the Archangel Diablo skin is banned any type. Okay. I can go different skin. Too bad you're already disqualified. Oh, these teams. Oh, Bandit, you already moved again. Here you go, bud. There we go. It has to do with the vast clarity of his art. Yeah. It's not so much why as if it's the skin tint, but I do believe it's any of the Archangel Diablos. Archangel is still listed in the NGS rules. Okay, cool. That's what I thought, because I reread through the rules for NGS today, but I also read through the rules yesterday for Heroes Lounge, so I'm like, oh crap, do they have different band skins? I think most of that's like pretty much the same across the board. But you can already hear it happen, and we got ourselves a game. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Broken Alliance. John Knight's going to be on the Sonya. We have Kabiko is going to be on the Ariel. Shredded will be on the Diablo. And that's a good skin right there. Can we just highlight that really quickly? That's a beautiful looking skin for Diablo. Just, ooh, girl. On the we also do have Jet going to be playing the Gul'dan, and Mason Blaze will be on the Sylvanas. On the right-hand side, we have the members of n0b0 Esprouts. We have Ray going to be on the Malthael. Vala going to be played by... I think it's Tai. I think it's just Tai for the pronunciation. I might be wrong on that. Virtuoso is going to be on the Joanna. Bernie Byrne is going to be on the Lucio, and Janers will be on the Tassadar in bottom lane. Let's go ahead and jump on actually back to the mid lane, get an idea of what some of these questing talents at level 1 will be, as well as what the initiation looks like. It seems like the members of n0b0 Esprouts are not really going for this mid lane play. They just say, you know what, we're going to be going to our lanes, we're going to be going for experience. We don't want to try and make any sort of... We're not going to be trying to make any plays in this mid lane just yet, as the Sonya Spear does come out. Yo, Ember, how's it going, bud? Thanks for coming by. Where's Richard? Diablo looking fabulous. Yeah, exactly. We do have rotations going to be breaking up between the mid and bottom. We'll do our best to check in on these, but I actually want to like highlight the solo lane a little bit. Maltheo actually going to be breaking off with On a Pale Horse, going to be rotating down to the friendly lane, trying to help them out a little bit here. They do have that extra 20% movement in speed, so just kind of doing that right there didn't really miss out anything in the top lane. You can just see them kind of bouncing around on this mount. I can't remember the name for it, but it's like a gazelle, but it's not. It's like Mecha Gazelle. Jen and I will just kind of sidestep the shade right there from Mephisto, or excuse me, from Malthael, as we do have Mason Blaze and friends going to be pushing out this bottom and grabbing this camp and just having some pressure pop up right there. We do see the members of n0b0 Esprouts doing the exact same thing in this mid lane, going to be pressuring that out as well. Sonya did rotate into mid to at least make up for the potential missed experience that is going to be easily picked up by them. Yeah, because they were down here for a little bit too long, and they also want to rotate off and grab the siege camp on the left-hand side to have that extra pressure as well. They'll be able to clear out this camp without much problem at all. I don't think Diablo's going to be able to punish her or even pressure into that. Janers did use the Oracle just to get the vision for the friendly team to make sure no one was sitting in the bush to step up and potentially get a gank onto anyone. They're rotating to mid lane. They can see that there are quite a few right here. And Gul'dan gonna get Gul'dan sitting on actually 3 stacks. I thought they got way more out of that than anticipated. Let's actually jump over to the vision for the red team as they're getting pushed in a little bit, and they can see we can see what they see as they're just gonna be. This is mid lane opening up really quickly. This isn't the lane for the Punisher, so I'm not a little surprised, but it's where you see a lot of teams go for it. Nice Detainment Strike into the wall, follow up Shadow Charge from Shredded as well. Good synergy and coordination coming out from those players as Bernie Byrne does have to tap the well. We see Malthael breaking off and going for the camp on the right hand side. And the reason being is because we do have the Shrine activating in bottom lane, so having the Shaman camp pushing up in top lane the entire time is going to be something that it could be a time bomb, which eventually takes down the front gate or even fort if you let it go for way too long. I'm reading chat right now, and I love it so much. I wish there was a separate stream for just that hot solo lane action. I'll do my best to jump between everything, because there's some solo lane action that's just literally this, where it's just people going back and forth and no actual play happening. Ooh. Spicy. No, I mean, I know what you guys all get, because like the thing is, like, solo lane rarely gets shown, and I do my best to show as much as possible, because like we could sit here and look at them clear. That's not very interesting. Let's actually look at the top lane, which is Malthael currently going for the defense, and there's all these members up top. We do have Sonya pushing back out the mid lane. They're going to open up top lane further. Seems like they're going to be just giving over first objective. We do have Virtuoso who's going to be having to pop the Iron Skin and walk out of there. We do have the top tower going down. They're going to be opening up this lane as well. Punisher will be picked up in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. And I think they're just going to be going for a top lane fort. They're saying that the first Punisher is not really that worth it. We have a Shaman camp. We've got a great wave with us as well. Let's go ahead and at least open this up for ourselves. And I mean, this is pretty big to be able to take down a fort this early into the game to get periodic catapult pressure as passive experience gain. We'll look at the 7 talent tiers as they do come in really quickly, but are they just trying to force the back? I mean, Sylvanas push pressure here. I mean, yeah, you have a Punisher. That's good and all, but like Sylvanas is currently opening up the top lane for the enemy team, and they're walking up to your keep potentially. This is very aggressive. This is so insanely aggressive right now, as they're gonna trade out fort for fort, bottom for top, but this is now keep being sighted on, and you can see that Janers and Bernie Burner were, I think, considering hearthing back right there. They're going to continue to push this up, but the Punisher's only got 7% health. They force out the top lane, but that is okay. No actual play happening. Solo lane 101. I mean, most of them are usually like drinking a beer, having a 40. That's about it, right? Isn't that how you play solo lane? I swear that's how you play it. Or you just talk to Twitch chat the entire time. I honest to God, when I would stream this game, me playing in Storm League and stuff like that. There was a Lunara game where at the end of it, I think it was Derek at the end of it was just like, you realize that you just PvE'd the entire time and just pushed top lane and just chatted with chat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. n0b0 knows everyone wants to go to bed. Nice for them to lose faster. Dang, the rudeness coming out of chat right now as Joanna will be picked off right there. We are going to be having Jet and friends step forward onto this camp and be able to steal this away. That's going to be some easy pressure picked up for them in this mid lane. I don't think they can really contest this just yet, as it will be. That was also the first kill of the game going over to the members of Broken Alliance, and the only kill thus far. As I said, we are going to be cycling through some of these other numbers. Just want to highlight quickly, really quickly highlight that Black Soulstone is going to be sitting at 99 out of 100, so they'll have that in just a minute. But we'll go ahead and we'll cycle through some of those other numbers and get an idea of what those look like. As Malthael's setting up for a bit of a flank here. They don't have their 10s yet, but if they can fight, you know, they see that Sony's in top lane. They know that they're there because they're currently just working on that minion wave. They didn't have the 10 talent here on either side. That might have been a good aggressive play to maybe play that 4v5, but maybe they're going to be going for John Knight now? No kind of picks or anything coming out just yet from the members of n0b0 Esprouts. Half back passes to center, back to wing, to center, holds it, yeah. I love that Simpsons bit. That's so good. Oh god, 10 talent tier is here on the side of Broken Alliance as they want to try and push onto this fort with that 10 talent tier advantage, but they're not too far behind themselves on the right hand side, and they pick it up as well. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Lightning Breath for the Diablo, Force Wall for the Tassadar. That is something that we're going to be seeing right there, so we'll see what kind of value they'll bring to the table with the Force Wall trying to force them back. I would expect this to be a Last Rites Malthael, but I've actually seen a couple Tormented Souls Malthaels here and there. Solo lane in HOTS is a joke compared to League, feels bad. I mean, I played in League solo lane, and that was alright. That was okay. I don't know. I feel like we're comparing hot dogs and hamburgers. Like, it's two different meals. Because League is played completely differently than Here's the Storm as well. Like, there's an item system, there's last hitting, there's your CM, there's all that micro and little stuff that goes into it. So of course solo lane's gonna be different in that, because like you want your solo lane to sit there and just get money and stack up in League, whereas here you don't really, you know, you're not stacking up experience for yourself, you're building it as a team, so you don't really need to per se like dominate the lane and push them out and force them constantly out. You can win through objectives that will be pushing the lane. So it's like, I see where you're coming from, Ember, but at the same time, like it is a little bit of it's two different arguments in a sense. Like if you were to compare like Dota and League, like yeah, I would say that those two have a lot more in common than Here's the Storm in any of those. But either way, I see where you're coming from, and yeah, I get you. It is definitely a slower played lane, and you can be aggressive with it if you want, but most of the time we don't really see that, as we are going to be seeing a lot of back and forth over the second Punisher of the game. That will be the Ariel going for the Crystal Aegis right there, as the Horfly did come out. Ray going to be in a bit of a bad spot as the Lightning Breath comes around and cooks the Joanna right there. They get 2 for none trade as they pick up. That's going to be 3 kills for them on the side of Broken Alliance, and they will move over and take this shrine in their favor. We also have Diablo and friends rotating up to go ahead and clear out the Shaman before it gets much more value than what we're currently seeing. They get a little bit of damage onto the front gate, not even. I think it's actually going to be the minion wave eating most of that, as this is also going to be Mortar Punisher picked up in favor for the members of Broken Alliance. And this isn't going to be locking down the towers per se. It does siege in pretty good, but it's going to be held up for a second as it does go for that minion wave. Bottom lane does have a decent wave stacked out as well in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. But look at this. And they're showing on lane, like they know that they're up here, or at least they did a second ago. So they're just going to try and split. They're going to try and split push right now with the Sylvanas once again. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you have the Sylvanas who's going to be able to push up, and you're able to lock down the towers, like absolutely. You have free push coming in through mid with the Punisher. You have all 5 now working up through here. That's going to be the Force Wall from the Tassadar. Nice use of the Shadow Charge from the Diablo to disengage right there. Break it down was used by Lucer. We also have the Crystal Aegis coming out from the Ariel. We also have another Rain of Vengeance. Last rights onto the Diablo. Rips the souls. They will be reset right there. Excuse me, no, that was actually onto the Gul'dan. Shredded is actually going to be getting the souls ripped regardless, as they do go down right there. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, we have this opening up in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. Just going to be putting on the pressure in their favor as well. Diablo is back, needs to get quite a few more souls, and then we're going to be going ahead and kind of resetting the map here. They're chasing across this, but I think this is more or less for the camps. I don't think they're going to be going to try and pressure out the lanes any further. Gul'dan's out for the next 5 seconds, and to chase across the map and then have to back off isn't really worthwhile. Too little kill pressure for n0b0. Definitely possible. I mean, I think that they're going to scale throughout the game, and so far they're kind of hitting their first peak at this level 13 talent tier, and then I think we're going to be seeing them kind of start to soar up a little bit further as we get into the 16 as well. The other thing to consider too is, as I say, 13 talent tier, it's also the amount of time that's elapsed, because we have to consider that there's the Psi Infusion at level 1 that's almost done as well, and then you also have the last rites that it will slowly be stacked up over time. That is off cooldown. If they can find a target, that'll be really strong for them. Blessed Shield does come out. Shredded is the target, unfortunately, dealing minimal damage right there. Force Wall to block the Diablo from getting back through their own gate. Just a gate in front of a gate, essentially, and they're not going to be able to find a kill right there onto said Diablo, sitting at 24 souls. We also do have the repeated offender for the Ariel picked up, and that was at level 4 and only is still sitting at 0 stacks on the repeated offense to be able to get the Detainment Strike, knocking someone into the wall. So that means that the members of Broken Alliance have really good positioning so far coming out in their favor, as Diablo is looking for this anchor position right now, and that also will be Gul'dan finishing out the Echoed Corruption. Force Wall once again from Tassadar to split the enemy team, as they will back off and get a little bit of this bottom lane gate opened up. This will be the third Punisher popping up in favor for, I would say this is a little bit more in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts due to the fact that they still have their fort down here and also their well for the retreat path. So they've got a little bit more lane sustain. They've got a little bit of a better positioning when it comes over this next shrine, but the team fight is what we really have to consider here, as it's going to be 15 to 14 in levels, and that 15 is very close to 16 as they just lock them in this tight corridor and throw out a Psi Infusion as well, or Sonic Storm. I love that. I love Twitch chat where I get to read everyone's diagnosis to why a team is why a better team wins the game. We are going to be seeing Gul'dan go down right there. Last Rites comes out, and that's going to be Diablo getting their soul ripped, so another 2 picks coming out in their favor. We also have Mason Blaze using the Banshees to get right out of there. n0b0 Esprouts putting on the pressure in this game number 1. It's still very even across the board. I would say a little bit more so in favor for the members of, actually, not a little bit, but more so in favor for the members of Broken Alliances. They've opened up this top lane keep. They've opened up mid lane as well, and we're only seeing bottom lane being opened up in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. Broken Alliance currently has a lot more opened up in their favor. And the other thing to consider, though, is this is going to be it's Arcane Punisher for the bottom lane, and if they are able to pick this up on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, they could push in and potentially end with it. These Punishers around this time, this is where I feel like the average length of Infernal Shrine starts to kind of hit. The BM wall. They're gonna lose because I'm not on that Vala. Uh-huh. This is great solo casting. I'm glad you like it. I hope there's no cap at the end of that. Because I often do see in many other chats, this is great casting, but I know there's a hard cap at the end of that one. We do see that there is going to be this push pressure in top lane. They're like, cool, all right, you can take the shrine, or at least attempt to, and we're gonna go ahead and just try and push out your top lane. The hearts come out, they get them here, and I think this is more or less for the keep. I don't even think they even saw the enemy team. Oh, the keep is still gonna be alive here with how much health? 270 health right now in the keep. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Ray is going to go ahead and be like, all right, this is my Punisher. And they know this, and now they're going to turn this around. Force Wall comes out once again. That was also the sound wave from Bernie Burn to get the clear right there. That will be the Diablo with the Lightning Breath. The keep does go down. I think that's all they wanted. They need to back themselves to deny any sort of value from the Punisher coming in. And they want to chase this and deny them from Hearthing, because this Punisher with a catapult and a second actually catapult coming in as well is going to get some great siege damage in. So if they can stop them from Hearthing, stop them from getting back, that'll be huge for them. But Ariel is going to be able to get these Detainment Strikes back out as well. And I misspoke earlier. I was actually, my brain potatoed. I put Ariel on the other side. So Broken Alliance is struggling to be able to get the Detainment Strikes, and the members of n0b0 Esprouts having very good positioning, being able to position away from walls so Ariel isn't getting that repeated offense stacks. This Punisher was baited over into mid to get some damage right there. Force Wall on to Shredded once again, try and force them back, or at least force them from getting away right there. Keep does go down in bottom lane. These lanes are looking a little bit even, as I think they just back off. They say this is a little too risky, let's back off, and it's not worth trying to push any further. Broken Alliance straight shook. They're playing reactionary at the moment. I mean, in those situations, I think you definitely have to, but n0b0 Esprouts did also have to kind of make that hard decision in the shrine area as well. You know, do we just give over an easy keep and they keep pushing in, or do we back off and potentially take a fight in that top lane area? And they had a good skirmish, but no one going down right there, as it's 3 to 4 in our kills and 17 to 17 in our levels. Let's once again cycle through. Oopsie. Hold on. Come on, buttons. Buttons. You got this. There we go. We're going to cycle through some of the other numbers really quickly, get an idea of what those look like. because we have progressed quite a bit into our game right now. As we also have John Knight going to be continuing to push out this lane and just doing their best to just focus down this and deny any sort of pressure coming into their core. But they're going to have to deal with the same thing on the top lane from the side of n0b0 Esprouts, as Broken Alliance will be able to just kind of have that constant catapult pressure coming in their favor. Even if they lose, I'm proud of my n0b0s. I don't think, like, I think... Here's my opinion. 15 minutes into the first game of a best-of-5 series, I don't think this is going to be a straight 3-0. I don't think this will be a straight 3-0. I think we're going to be getting at least a game 4, and I'm hoping for a game 5, personally. I think we can go to a game 5 between these two teams. At least what I'm seeing so far. But game 5, that's really, really taxing over time. That's the big thing to consider here. I like what they're doing here also to be able to take down that fort. That means they'll at least have periodic catapult pressure in their favor. But did they step out too far to grab that? They're chasing into this, and they could get a kill potentially if they can find someone. Force Wall is going to be there. Shredded's going to be the target. Shadow Charge onto a minion to disengage. And they're chasing way too deep at this point. They need to disengage. They'll at least push out the wave. Just force that back and speeds up their minion wave pushing in. And now they have to rotate back because they themselves need to consider top lane constantly here. We actually had the game I was talking about earlier on Volskaya Foundry in the Tespa Collegiate Series that was like 30 minutes. It was like our first or second game of the day last Sunday. That game literally ended because of a situation like this where a late game happened and the catapults slowly stacked up in that top lane, and they just kept on the side of the opposing team. They just kept denying them from backing off or backing to their core to clear the camp. And so just delaying out that fight the entire time whittled down their core. And then 30-minute catapults are definitely going to shred through that thing. And we definitely saw that. Like by the time I was like casting through I was doing the play-by-play, like Halorn was like, Bahamut, the core. I'm like, oh man. And it was gone at that moment too. Nobody in Heroic is gonna roll over. Haha, Ryokai! Ryokai with the puns right now. We are gonna be seeing the shrine popping up in this top lane, and it's gonna be 20 talent here in just a moment for both sides. Mid lane pressure gonna be coming in as well. Here's the thing. If they're able to pick this up on the side of Broken Alliance, they could end right here. 17 minutes and plus for the next Punisher popping up, and that's gonna be a lot of good pressure coming in their favor. But if they're able to pick this up themselves on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, that's going to be... I think the fort at least is going down in top lane. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if we'll be seeing a keep go down. We do see that Malthael did start it. Wrath of Berserker was popped by John Knight. They push in their lane a little bit right here. What if they just tried to backdoor right now? What if they were just like, all right, we're going to backdoor this. We're going to rush through bottom. We're just going to end the game. I mean, I kind of wish, but whatever. They're already exceeding my expectations since they have no kill pressure. Well, they'll show you kill pressure, Richard. As we're going to go ahead and get into this fight right now, Oracle will be used by Yanners. They're going to block them in with the Force Wall, at least do their best they can. That's going to be the Diablo being thrown, or throwing a couple members around. The Wailing Arrow comes out as well. I don't think actually the last rights go out, but Mason Blaze is not going to be getting killed by it. Malthael does buy back in to come into this. Break It Down was used by the Lucio as well. They forced them off a little bit here. John Knight going to be able to get out of there as the Force Wall was blocking them from getting away, and now we see them turn back onto this objective as it's 26 Skeletal Defenders to the 12 and rising in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. Ray is back in. They use that Malthael buyback, but that means their next death timer is going to be very long. I think if they die too early, if it goes off cooldown, then they're absolutely fine. But we'll check that in just a minute here. As Mason Blaze is going to get slowed as well as quite a few other members. We have Ray trying to put the pressure onto Shredded, who is going to be a fully sold Diablo. Break It Down was used again there from the Lucios. They did go for the base Nova at level 20, so it's going to be a shorter cooldown. As Virtuoso does have the Iron Skin going to be popped right there. The Force Wall does go down. They're trying to work their way right out of there. Mason Blaze is trying to get the last auto off as well. This is such a great back and forth as Vala does get picked off in the end. They do pick up the Mortar Punisher, and now they have a spear in from John Knight. Yanners, do they have a phase shift to get out? The Force Wall is used. Blessed Shield's used. Malthael does go down on the left-hand side of our screen, and that is going to be the buyback, increasing their overall time as we're seeing them just around that 80 seconds to come back into the game. Woo! Broken Alliance takes the Punisher, and look at this bottom lane. They're just like, we can't defend this. We don't have a Vala, we don't have a Tassadar, so let's go ahead and, or Malthael, let's go ahead and just try and end this with Lucio Tassadar on the core. I don't think that they can do, I mean, it's 57, but look at this siege coming in. If the whole team went, it might have been possible. No, I don't think it was. Either way, that's going to be a great game number 1 going over to the members of Broken Alliance. GG, well played. Woo! Alrighty, everybody. That's game number 1. Okay. Kills 6-4, 7-4. I believe someone went down right at the end. Tassadar might have gone down right at the end, potentially. Either way, I think that was a really great back and forth. That was a great game number 1 between those two teams. Let's pull it on back. Let's get our scores updated. Bandit's going to give us some breakdown and analysis. Not many kills that game? Yeah. Rip no Archon. I mean, you know, Forest Wall's got value. I definitely like that as an option as well. I think it had a couple great moments there. I've heard of that John Knight guy. He's a serviceable Chen. Am I saying that right? He's got a service. I hope to see some Chen tonight. I hope to see a lot of things tonight. But speaking of things tonight, I just wanted to highlight really quickly, we are pushing for Twitch partners, so bring all your friends, tell them about this stream. Let's go ahead and try and reach that average 75 viewership so we can get you that better transcode and we can get you some better emotes and all that good jazz that comes with the Twitch partner, as well as the main thing, as I said before, transcoding. It's all I want. It's just transcoding is so convenient to have so we can do streams and everyone can watch and no one is missing out. Tess died to Soniac Core. Okay. Got half core down an undefeated team. We'll take it, boys. Oh, okay. That's what the map they want? All right. Let me go ahead and update all my stuff in the background and get the map going. I don't need this. I don't need this. Let's go ahead and get this over here so we can update that. It's going to be picked by them. That's going to be that one. Cool. Oops. Make observer, make referee. This team gets draft pick. Yep. And then we can invite both teams in because both of them use the same portraits for their team. I think it's Pinocchio. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. Bandit Cookie? Yes. Bandit Cookie is the best. Yo, Zermag, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Zermag's stream. We are currently pushing for that partner, and we just got through our first game of our best of 5 series. Thank you so much, Zermag, for the host. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We are getting super close to being able to apply for Twitch partner, and that host right there just really brings in a lot of great friends. So thank you. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you for bringing all over your friends. And as I said before, we are in a best of 5 series. We just got through our first game on Infernal Shrines. We have our lobby loaded up. Let me go ahead and make sure that John Knight has the hat. Team set. I'm here to watch actual good players. Monka S. Lick that toe bandit. Oh no. He's just like a pile of legs. Like, the way he sits is so confusing to me. Because my games are missing some master players, Monka S. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into this. I just want to make sure that we have everything all set. And we'll give them another Twitch link, and then we'll get going. Bayer Attack, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got ourselves a game number 2. We're going to be going to Battlefield. Oh, I pushed the wrong button, Bahamut. You suck. All right, let's push the right button this time. There we go. I need to swap those apparently. All right, we have draft music. Everything's good to go. Twitch alerts are there. Welcome back, everybody, to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm going to be your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have the number 1 seed for the Heroic Division, Broken Alliance. And on the right, we have the number 5 seed, n0b0 Esprouts, going to be taking us to game number 2 here and see if they're going to be able to take this series. But if you just got hosted over, you just got rated over, and you're sitting here and you're just like, wait, Bahamut, how did we get to Battlefield of Eternity? Why is it game 2? Don't worry, it's okay. Get yourself a bevy, I got you. The home team, or I guess the number 1 seeded team, is going to be Broken Alliance. They have the choice of first pick or map pick priority. They chose map pick priority, and that gives them first ban priority as well. They ban out Towers of Doom and Volskaya Foundry. Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen were banned up by n0b0 Esprouts. Infernal Shrines was the first map chosen by Broken Alliance. We just saw that great back and forth between those two teams and almost came down to a core rush between the two of them, and they took that game right there. They opted for first pick priority in game number 2 on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, meaning that Broken Alliance, with map pick priority again, take us to the Diablo-based map of Broken Alliance, of Battlefield of Eternity. Let's go ahead and get back into our draft. I brought 2 people. Thank you, Pinocchio, for bringing 2 people over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Zermag, thank you so much for the raid again. I really appreciate that, my friend. I hope your stream was awesome, and thank you for bringing all of your friends over here. I really, really do appreciate that. Let's go ahead and break down our draft a little bit further right now, as the Ana and Vala are going to be banned out on the left-hand side. We're going to be having a Garrosh and an ETC going to be banned out from the members of n0b0 Esprouts. A Greymane on the right-hand side, really great siege potential coming in from the Greymane to be able to burn down the Immortal. We could see a Hanzo priority coming out, but it's once again going to be the Sylvanas. That makes a lot of sense. Really good push power coming out from her right there. Okay, we're going for a Mal'Ganis. I think in a Brawly-based map, I think he actually starts to really get a lot of value with that, and I'm liking that they're bringing that to the table. Honestly, Broken Alliance should be ashamed of last game. No way n0b0 does that to you, and you're the best team. Dang. Some strong opinions coming out from chat this evening. We have Greymane Diablo on the right-hand side, and Ariel going to be coming in here as well. I like that as kind of just charging them up and keeping them... Sorry, everyone was like putting emotes in NGS chat. I'm like, Twitch link. We do have that Sylvanas Mal'Ganis. They'll need a solo laner right now, and I think banning out something they don't want to deal with, or they ban out something in the race potential department, is probably their best bet. And they're going to get rid of the Li Ming. That makes sense. Can you just ban Samuro next time so I don't have to see that? Oh, Stark. Celeb TV would have never let this happen. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Are we sure about that? Salt? Just goes by right at the end with Salt. Alrighty. They do need to support on the left-hand side, and I think maybe getting rid of something like I think getting rid of like an Uther potentially might be big for them, but they're going to get rid of the Anduin. Anduin does have a lot of great value, and I think with the Mal'Ganis, that pairing would be really strong, because Mal'Ganis could have one of those situations where they don't have an out, and that could be Anduin helping out with the Leap of Faith right there. So I really, really like that option right there for the members of n0b0 Esprouts. And then these next 2 picks coming out, they could go for a support. I like the Tyrande a lot here. Raynor to put in the damage. We could be seeing Exterminator as well from the Raynor. That's a talent that I think we often do see on a map like this. I've seen it on Infernal Shrine, surprisingly enough, but I think that was more or less the team expecting to lose more of the Punishers, it seemed. Not too sure about that one. I mean, I guess it does help you with the race a little bit, but they had a Jaina as well, so I was like, ace in the hole with that Jaina pairing is so strong. I heard Bahamut Gaming is going to stream him playing Apex after this. I don't know where you read that one, Miss Wind Up Bird. No one wants to see me play that game, unfortunately. Zarya and Malthael will round out the team on the right-hand side. I like this a lot. The shielding from Zarya could be that extra buffer that they need within the fight. Malthael will be the pickup for the solo lane as well. And this is a little iridescent of the first draft that they had. I mean, they have more shielding, and it's a double support-ish. I mean, you have a support and a healer, which, I mean, they did break it into separate categories, so that does kind of that right. But solo lane will be the Imperius, is going to be going into the Malthael. So the Angel versus the... Demon, I guess you could say. I don't know enough about Diablo lore to know what to call Malthael per se. I guess he's just part of the... Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. There's a specific name for it. Oh my god, I hate myself for not knowing this now. And I tried to bring it up on stream like, oh, I know this, I'm confident. Mistakes were made. We're gonna move on and just talk about Twitch chat right now. I heard Bahamut Gaming is crafting StarCraft replays. Yeah, right. Unless Stark is gonna be on this channel carrying me, then yeah. I'm rooting for n0b0 now. Don't let Mal'Ganis win. Okay, Zil Rules, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by, but also. I heard Bahamut Gaming is playing Sea of Thieves with me tomorrow to talk like a pirate day. Is tomorrow Talk Like a Pirate Day? I gotta email my coworkers about that. Broken Alliance ban Vala, scared, confirmed. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get into the game. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Broken Alliance. We've got John Knight going to be on the Imperius in the bottom lane. We've got Kubiko going to be on the Tyrande, Mason Blaze on the Raynor. We have Jet going to be on the Sylvanas, and Mal'Ganis will be played by Shredded. On the right-hand side, we have the members of n0b0 Esprouts trying to take us to game number 3. Well, regardless, we're going to game number 3 because it's a best-of-5 series, but they're trying to even out the score as we also get a pause immediately. Let's pull this back to us as Bandit stares longingly at his Hedgie or Fish. Not sure which one he's going to go for. It's just a longing, like he's trying to figure out which one he wants more. Looks like Ty is having some issues, but that's okay. We are at 2 hours and 11 minutes. We're going to round up. So 2 hours and 11 minutes is where we'll start their pool for all that. KK, let me know when they're settled. Let's just 3-2-3s in chat. That's all it is. It's 3-2-3s. Imagine banning Vala because the solo lane player almost beat you with it. Yo, Selexia, thank you so much for the 69 bits. Let's actually resend that right now.
Oh, bitch.
Because I believe that came through right at the end. Thank you so much for the 69 bits, Selexia. I appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for helping us push towards that Twitch partner. We are getting closer and closer every day. And also, once again, Zermag, thank you so much for the raid and bringing all your friends over. I apologize about the delay we have right now. Looks like we have one of the players with a bit of a connection issue. And we are in semifinals, so it's kind of important to make sure that these teams are going to be able to have the correct connections and communication that they need. So I'll do my best to, I mean, we're 1 minute into the pause pool for them right now. Zerging, how you doing? I have a 3-2-3. Might have to explain that one to me. Oh, and I'm out of tea. Well, now I am. Okay, but at least we got water, and then we'll just be hanging out here. But thanks for hanging out, thanks for waiting, and I'm glad you're all checking out this wonderful best of 5 series. I am going to be doing, while we're kind of waiting right now, just to catch you up all on what the game plan is. I believe tomorrow night we're going to be doing some more replay casts. We're going to be pulling some Moto games. We're going to be I'm going to be pulling replays, but they're all going to be like Division 1, Heroic Division replays, so I'm going to be trying to only grab like top tier stuff. So if your jam is to see like top tier or high level play, that's the game plan for tomorrow night. We don't have many live games. I'll check once again to see if there's anything popping up for Nexus Gaming Series or Heroes Lounge, but it doesn't seem like there's anything popping up, so we'll go ahead and grab a couple of those replays. We'll do some of those, and then maybe we'll bust into some of the Discord replays as well. And then Friday night, if you are an Underlords fan, I'll be casting over in the Underlords Pro channel. I just help out with that community because it's really, really fun, at least in my opinion, to kind of dip my toes in other casting pools, and they have me over there, and I do a little bit of work for them as well. So it's been fun, just gonna hang over there and cast some Dota Underlords. So if you enjoy that, and that's actually going to be their season finals. So it's all like the top tier players from the last month are going to be playing there. Nope. So I'm in the wrong. And then Saturday, by the way, I will have another stream. We're going to be doing the Coastal Finals. It's another best of 5 for Division D. So it's going to be lower tier play, but it's still going to be a great, great day of games. But we are going to be getting back into this because we have the games ready to go. Oops. Alrighty, Ray is going to be on the Malthael. We have n0b0 Esprouts on the right-hand side. Greymane going to be played by Ty. We do have Virtuoso going to be on the Diablo. Bernie Burn is going to be on the Urel, and Yanners will be on the Zarya. Looks like, ooh, Demolitions Expert at level 1 for them as well. Malthael going to be holding their first level. That's the Exterminator, as I talked about before, from the Rainer. And look at this race coming out from both these teams. They have the Sylvanas to lock down this tower, and I'm trying to see, like, I'm just trying to jump between the two of them to see who has a better value right now. Yanners taking quite a bit of damage, anchoring for the team. Meanwhile, on top, this is going to be the race coming through, and with the Greymane down here, they usually would siege in a little bit faster, but I think they're doing a great job of just... I think that too many members got, or one, I'm misspeaking. Yanners took a little too much damage. Oh my god, are we seriously doing this right now? Is this the game plan? Yo, Weenus, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Thank you also for the 69 bits. I will resend your alert when we get out of this game. Thank you so much, my friend. You're asking for 3-2-3s in chat. I had one for you. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought, like, I don't know why. I thought, like, it was an innuendo in some way, shape, or form. I was just like, okay, like, all right, I'm all for it. But thank you for the 3-2-3, with or without. I appreciate that. I say things and then I completely forget about them because there's a delay. Weenus, also thank you for throwing the host over here as well. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate the support. And I hope you're having a wonderful night. I'm actually super pumped about your game on Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday. And that was what I was just talking about. For anyone who's wondering, Moist Venus is one of the players on the Saturday game for that Division D Coastal matchup. That's going to be a best of 5 series. You do not want to miss out on that one. That one's also going to be at 1 o'clock PDT, so 4 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. So a good time, like maybe if, you know, you're about to prep dinner, you're about to start cooking, you're going to make yourself a giant steak on Saturday night. Go ahead and throw Bahamut Gaming's stream on your TV, and you're going to be able to see some amazing games from the Division D, and then maybe we'll do some other games on top of that. We'll see what the day is bringing us. But either way, we do have Siege still coming in through the bottom lane. The forts weren't traded out completely. Bottom lane wasn't finished out by the members of n0b0 Esprouts. They did grab the top lane fort up here, and look at John Knight removing these walls. This is actually something, can we highlight this really quickly? The vision provided, like you can actually, oh, I'm on the wrong side. There we go. You can see that John Knight you can see vision around the walls, and this is an important thing to remove that, because if you want to be a little stealthy within your rotations, or maybe you're going for a flank in some way, shape, or form, let's say, for example, they're on this camp up here, but you want to take a long rotation and you want to come through this right-hand side, having the wall anywhere in here when you're walking by will you know, be a scout for the enemy team, and you don't want that to allow to happen. Oh my god, I chugged way too much tea way too quickly. And Selexia here, oh my god, thank you all for hanging out. Part of the lower tier play. I don't know how else to describe it, because people like are just like, is this high tier play or low tier play? And I'm like, I mean, it's all good here as the Storm. I don't mean to insult anyone with it. It sounds BM whenever I say it, but it's just the easiest way I can say it very quickly. So I hope I don't insult any of you who are in Division D or anything like that. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's good. It's good. You'll get some good games. Come by on Saturday for that. But we have games right now, and let's go ahead and continue into those, as we do have Jet and Friends stepping a little far forward here. They don't have any sort of last rites from the Malfield to throw onto Jet just yet. And now we have our first Immortal spawning here in the bottom and the top positions, or the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions, if you will. And this is just going to be the race. I think this is just pure race between these two teams. Raynor has some decent race, as well as the, the Tyrande and the Sylvanas right there, being able to mark that Immortal with the Huntress mark, but so far they have the quicker burn on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, and this is going to be on the race potential side for both teams. And they considered it for a second. They were waning there, but I think the Greymane burst potential is going to be way too much. Actually, this is going to be really, really close between the two teams. It's 2030. Very, very close. Mitch, thanks for the pog slides. Can't sleep, time to watch some HOTS. Hey, thanks for coming by. I'm glad I'm your choice HOTS content when you cannot sleep. I hope you can fall asleep to the soothing tones of my play-by-plays. Bahamut Gaming Rules. Thank you so much, Valk. I appreciate that, my dude. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thanks for coming by, everybody. And hi, Bandit. Oh, yes. Division D is the best division. I can't really deny that, because Division D plays Asmodan. We do have the first Immortal that was picked up in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts, and they're going to not really get a ton of value of this. I think it's just going to be the front gate, really, and then they're going to start to turn this around. Shredded is going to be trying to step into this team. Nice use of the Detainment Strike from Bernie Burn to go ahead and just disengage from this fight completely, and it looks like that's going to be the end of that right there. Malthael and the Imperius will be in the bottom lane right now. We do have Ray hearthing back, but the minion waves push so far out that they can hearth back and get back in time before it's even necessary, before they even really lose any sort of minion experience. Also to note, Demolition's Expert was finished. Isn't it 30 stacks? 40 stacks. And we finished that 5 minutes in the game, sub 5 minutes. That's really good from Yawners. You're the only person streaming HOTS Esports, so thanks for coming by. Well, I'm glad I'm your choice in this situation. Oh, okay, apparently I'm not allowed to make any edits according to Selexia, so my apologies. Oh, no edits from... Oh, now I see why there's no edits. Weenus. Yes, the C and the V are next to each other. This is going to be Virtuoso, going to be fine in top lane, going to be overpowering Shredded. Goes for the Night Rush. He actually gets Detainment Strikes and thrown around a little bit. They actually... did they cancel that out right there, or was that just them just doing the Fell Claws? Either way, we actually do see the Malthael going down in bottom lane, and they also will continue to push this out, and they're like, alright, cool, if you're going to push out our bottom lane, let's at least try and push out the top lane and answer a little bit here. They need to have a response to that bottom lane push, because they're going to be giving over a fort for free, and they also gave over their Malthael during that as well. And now I think, yeah, this is... Ooh, the charge is going to be going forward onto Mason Blaze. Good body blocking coming out from the Diablo. They're not going to be able to find a kill just yet. Shredded Oof is going to be going for the Night Rush onto a couple, and this fort is not going down as quickly as they expected it to, and now they need to disengage, because bottom lane ended, and they know the enemy team team is going to be rotating up. Actually, the enemy team rotates up to go for the race potential. They do have a quicker race on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, but this first portion is going to be, I think, going over in favor for the members of Broken Alliance. We just learned to type. Impressive Zarya quest. I agree. I really agree with that. Also to note really quickly, Sylvanas is at 34 stacks in the Unfurling Shadows. For anyone who's wondering how to do that quick math, just half the number that you're seeing right there, and that's going to be the amount of damage that she's bringing to the table, because it's 0.5%. So you can just kind of get an idea of what that looks like that way. But I think they're going to give this over, opting to go for the Bruiser camp on the side of n0b0 Esprouts. They do have the Sentinel coming through as well from the blue team, and you can see this is the vision that they just got from it, and they also see that that camp was picked up. Bottom lane siege, or excuse me, the bottom lane Shaman's coming in. Malthael thinking about it right now. I think they're trying to decide, do they go for clear or do they go for defense? Oof. Seems like they want to go for the clear because they need 10 talent tiers. I'm just trying to click on someone without a questing talent right now. There we go. Yo, Weenus, thank you for gifting the 4 subs to Skipmo, to B-Train, to Murda, and to Bulk Licenses, I think it is. Thank you so much for the 4 gifted subs, and everyone enjoy your Asmopogs, your finger guns, as well as all of your little gilded beard as well. Thank you so much, Weenus. I really appreciate that. I do not deserve your kindness, but thank you to everyone who's watching, and enjoy your gifted subs. Hyperion coming out from the Reign to Siege in further onto this. That's going to be the Graviton Surge coming out from the Zarya to zone a couple members away. Lightning Breath from the Diablo slows onto Kabiko. They also drop the Starfall out as well. Hyperion does end as it just got a little bit of... It was going towards the core, but it can't do any damage right there as the keep is still up, or at least was during that moment. It does go down right there. Angelic Armament was used towards the end of that, and now they're stepping further forward as nice double Celestial Charge. Huge Lunar Flare coming out from Tyrande. Diablo does go down. Souls are reset, and they're going to be able to come back in this fight. Immortal going to be out right now. Broken Alliance trying to step further forward onto this core and potentially ends right there. Night Rush stops the Shadow Charge from coming in. The Overpower is going to be there onto Shredded, who does pop the Carrion Swarm, and that's going to be Ray getting traded out. Shredded comes back out of that form, and that's going to be Greymane trying to shred through this. Shredded Oof gets shredded at the end of there. That's going to be a Shadow Charge into the wall. John Knight trying to use the Celestial Charge to get further away. Virtuoso and friends are chasing it as they get the Imperious kill right there, and they lose. All right, come on now. Broken Alliance, are we serious with this? You're gonna stop it at 68%. You had one job. 1 less percent damage. That's all you had to do. Ivron, thank you so much for the follow during this game. I appreciate that. Malthael will be rotating down here, and you're going to be taking a bit of a safer rotation. And let's actually jump over to the vision for the red team right now, get an idea of what they're seeing. And then we'll go ahead and look through some of the other numbers as we do progress into that 13 talent tier area, just to see how the game has been progressing when it comes to experience, damage numbers, and healing. Sorry, I'm waiting to see, like, do they step further forward on this? They know that there's a couple members down here. They don't know how many. We, of course, know that it's the entire team, and so it's going to be 5v5 over to this point. If they do decide to step up onto that, they do steal away the camp, or at least grab it themselves. Chris Bull does go out into Shredded, who is going to be getting the last rites thrown onto them, uses the missing health to get the potential kill. Virtuoso with the shielding at the end. No way they live through that. Starfall comes out. They have the roll away, and that's going to be Diablo going down. No souls to reset. Ariel going to be picked off as well. That is going to be the Celestial Charge picking off Sylvanas, or excuse me, yes, no, Sylvanas going to get picked off from the Malthael, but they still pick up the Greymane kill right there, and Yanners is going to be still alive, trying to get the kill onto Mason Blaze, and they trade that out right there. Meanwhile, in top lane, they did have a camp pushing up in their favor. This might get the fort, but you just lost all 5 of your members before the Immortal phase, and that's a rough go right there. I see 86, that's better than 75. Thank you so much, Judy. I'm excited about that as well. I actually, honest to God, I always have my my viewership number, like, muted. Like, you can turn it off where you can't see it. So I never know, because I hate knowing, honestly. Like, I would rather, I pretend like I'm casting for 10,000 beautiful people, which, thank you for being here. Either way, Curse Ball does go out right there. Overpower going to be coming out. Huge Lunar Flare as well. Hyperion out from the Rainer right there. They're fighting over. This is going to be 13 to 13. Lightning Breath going to connecting into so many members right there, but no one going down during that entire phasing. Hyperion still going out. The Carrion Swarm will be just in time, as they are going to be able to heal up a little bit from that. Able to get away from there. Going to use the Fell Claws to disengage. They save their Immortal for now, but the thing is, they've got a camp pushing in bottom lane with catapults. They've got catapult pressure mounting in top lane. They're going to have to disengage at some point. The other thing to note too is once they see that health going down, and after actually getting this bruiser camp, once they see that health going down, they're like, all right, well, we're gonna need to just jump over here and go for the race, and that's exactly it. They leave the bruiser camp and they're like, well, we go for this immortal, and I think that the exact same kind of thing is going through the minds of n0b0 Esprouts. They're like, well, we know we won't get this, but at least we can end this phase. They won't be able to delay it out, and we'll at least remove some of the shielding from the immortal. Virtuoso will go ahead and get the hearth right there. Let's actually pull back the talents because we haven't shown those in a little bit. Diablo's sitting at 81 souls. They have a camp coming in through bottom lane, as well as the immortal with a very hefty shield 11 minutes into the game. They are going to be going up against this keep, but it doesn't have a front gate whatsoever. I just realized I thought Maltheo had more than one stack, or I thought Maltheo had a stack, but it's currently sitting at 0 right there for them. As so she just go ahead and click on someone who doesn't have a questing talent. There we go. Maltheo looking for the flank right now. You can see that happening over here in the bush up there. So once they step a little further forward into this, then maybe they go for it, but no, they say, we need you in this fight. Let's have you step further forward, as Shredded's going to take a lot of damage. The Sylvanas did lock down the tower, as the Immortal still is attacking from range with its little bit of shielding. They're going to be having a huge Lunar Flare in there. Graviton Surge pulls a couple members in. Over on the right-hand side, as the Carrion Swarm will be popped by Shredded. They move back onto the core. This could be the end that this could be the end play right now, as they also have 16 talents here. Hyperion coming out. The Immortal's still very healthy, and it looks like the members of Broken Alliance take game number 2. GG. Well played.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
Oh, bitch.
Thank you, Anus, for all the support. Thank you so much, my friend. As I completely missed my mouth with my glass of water, and it is now all over my desk. Whoops. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I have all the information. I didn't have to type to the team, so that way I can clean up my desk from all the water I just spilled all over it. Let's show talents, or excuse me, stats once again. I'm going to update everything in the background for us. Just updating all this stuff right now for myself as well. And then let me go ahead and boop all of this information. I think it's this one? Yes. Oh, I still remember how to set up the best of 5s. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pull it back to us. Let's update that team score, and let's see. Is this going to be our last game of the night? I hope it's not. I really hope it's not, because I want more games. Let me go ahead and get us set up for this. Not cursed. There we go. Observer, referee, that. Team 1 will get that, and then let's get these teams in here. Jet invite to game. I'm so hyped about this. Thank you again, Weenus. Seriously. Bob, thank you for the follow as well. I might have missed that. Thank you. I need to turn up the follow alert noise. That's the issue. Because that itself is really, really quiet, and I don't think people hear it regardless, and it's maxed out on the Streamlabs website. That's maxed out there, but it's not any louder than I'd like it to be. So I think I can go in, and I'm just going to go and throw the file into like an audio program and just bump up the audio that way, and then manage it a little bit through the other program. Probably last game, Radically Dreaming. Don't tell me that. Don't. I want to give you all more games. I want to give you a wonderful best of 5 series that goes to game 5. We get the reverse sweep right now, right? We go to game 4. Oh wait, I have the wrong person on the wrong side. Swap team. Okay, that's all set. Let's put that person as captain, and all right, give them another Twitch link. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really, really do appreciate it. Before we get into this game, we are pushing for that partner. We're trying to get over that 75 average viewership. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting the stream. Everyone who's sitting there lurking and chatting and all that, it means the world to me, and it really does push us further forward. So I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It really, just hanging out and watching the games, it means a ton to me. It really does. And keeping this community healthy and alive is all because of you. I mean, I just cast the games. It's Nexus Gaming Series who puts on all this, and it's all you who come out and support and cheer on, and that's what really it means the world to me that you all care about these teams and you're cheering on your friends and you're here having a good time talking about Here's the Storm. So thank you all so much for hanging out, and I just want to give you all great games and produce wonderful, wonderful content for you all. But let's ask the teams if they're ready, and we'll get going here into game number 3, which could potentially be our final game of the evening, or could be the beginning of the reverse sweep. We got the readies. Let's go ahead and get going into this as we have Spooky Worm, and that's going to be it. Let's go ahead and get on into game number 3 of our best of 5 series. We're going to Cursed Hollow. A great map. I think this is going to be a great place to take our game number 3, because both these teams are going to be really having to split their assets across the map. We could see some cheeky play coming out from n0b0 Esprouts, but this is going to be game 3. Broken Alliance is up 2 in our best of 5 series. n0b0 Esprouts did choose the map, and if you're at home and you're like, wait a minute, how Cursed Hollow? Why? I got you. Don't worry. I just have a good time talking about butts. That's fair. I'm glad you come to the stream and do that, because hey, I'll chat with you about it. On the home team side, we have Broken Alliance, as they are the #1 seed. They opted for map pick priority in our best of 5 series for game number 1. Towers of Doom and Volskaya Foundry were banned out by them. Dragonshire and Tomb the Spider Queen were banned out by the members of n0b0 Esprouts. Infernal Shrines was the first map chosen by Broken Alliance and won by them. They opted for first pick priority in game number 2 on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, so they opted to choose. They took us to Battlefield of Eternity on the side of Broken Alliance. They won that map as well, and now n0b0 Esprouts saying, you know what, maybe it's map pick priority that's the OP one. They're going to go ahead and decide to take us to Cursed Hollow, giving first pick priority over to Broken Alliance. Miss Windup Bird, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Angus Lee. Angus Lee, enjoy your asthma pogs, your finger guns, and your gilded beard. But we got ourselves a draft. Let's go ahead and jump back into this as the Lost Vikings are going to be banned out. I wasn't expecting that. Abathur will be banned out as well. We don't see the same tank bans though. Garrosh and ETC are up and available, and I'm a little worried about this, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little worried about this. If I'm not mistaken, Shredded is a pretty good ETC. Pretty good. Just pretty good. So they're going to be opting for that for their first pick right there. And then Andu and Joanna on the right-hand side. God, that smug posture always gets me. It's so... It's so Anduin, but it's hilarious to me right there. Yeah, you got some finger guns. I love that. But seriously, Miss Windup Bird, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you. I'm very envious of the chicken tacos that you had earlier as well. I hope if you took a photo of those, please post it in the Discord, because I'd like to see. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm on a diet, so I can't have that delicious food. But Greymane and Rexar are going to be picked up on the left-hand side, so they're going to be going ahead and grabbing some extra pressure from that Rexar, being able to hold the lane themselves pretty well with that. We are going to be going into our ban phase, and neither team, the members of Broken Alliance don't have a main support. I would consider maybe banning the Tyrande, pairs well with the ETC, maybe even a Stukov. That's also a great option as well. I think that's another great hero that pairs well into the ETC. There's a lot of great avenues right now. They actually could consider an Uther ban as well, if they don't want to deal with the Holy Cow or the Greymane shredding into the backline with the Divine Shield. Really good. That sounds like something I might say. Sometimes you gotta add that extra oomph into the descriptors. And it's just really good. We are going to be going into our ban phase with the left-hand side as well, and they're going to need some damage, so maybe banning out something in the poke department, something like a Junkrat, a Hanzo, a Jaina. All of those are great options as well. They might actually want to, I was going to say they might not want to ban out the Jaina, because they might go for the Jaina themselves on the side of Broken Alliance. Pairs well with the ETC and the Greymane. The Rexar can then follow up with the Misha Bear charge. But they have first pick after this ban phase, and they need that poke, they need that mage. I'd consider it with the Li Ming being banned out. I like the idea of a Jaina here. She has a lot of good potential, a lot of great team fight availability, and I think she's got a little bit of her own survivability with the Ice Block if you are able to finish that out pretty early. But Kira! It's the boy! It's the boy! Yo, is Zexurus in chat? Zexurus in chat? Zex? I'm just gonna shorten it Zex, because I always say it wrong no matter what. Somebody ping, if Zex is not watching right now, somebody needs to ping him in some Discord, in some place, because we got a Chen game, and I'm sure he's ecstatic about that one as much as I am. Last 2 picks, though, gonna be coming out from Broken Alliance. They need a main support, and they're gonna be needing, a main healer. Ooh. False Dead gonna be coming in here. I'm going to be flying on Swiftwing. Lucio will be the support for the friendly team as well. I like that. I like that duo right there. Falsteads has a lot of maneuverability. And now, do they consider something in the global department to answer that in any way? Like, do they go, I don't like the idea of a Dahaka here, because that's just, they need more damage. Like, they need something else with the Kira to finalize and maybe even set up some more. I love the idea of a Jaina still. I think Jaina works really, really well for them. It's everything. You know what? They're gonna pull out whatever they can. Yo, Brandflakes, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. Chickadee Chen, yeah. I like the Chen. I think that's an exciting pick right there. And then Tracer at the end. Ooh, chat. We got some good games coming. We got some good games. I'm hoping that this is gonna be the determining factor that takes us to game 4. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe they're finally pulling out like the one hero that they don't expect on the enemy team. Like they're like, oh, we see everything, but we don't see a Tracer. They also don't have many blinds to deal with her. Do they have much to deal with her? They've got Lucio a little bit, ETC a little bit, Rexar a little bit. Yeah, they got some tools for the Tracer. I think this. I mean, they've got some dive. They've got some aggression. Oh, Lord, we got a Chin. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Zex. Thanks for coming by. Or did he just hear his name being just yelled constantly? Not sure. Either way, we got a cast. Let's get into it. On the left-hand side, up 2 games in our best of 5 series, trying to close out this semifinal for the Heroic Division to go into the Grand Finals. We have the members of Broken Alliance. John Knight going to be on the Rexar. Mason Blaze will be on the Greymane. Jet's going to be on the Falstead. Shredder will be on the ETC. And Lucio going to be played by Kubiko. On the right-hand side, down in our best of 5 series, we got n0b0 Esprouts. They're going to be trying to take us to that game number 4 here with the aggressive composition of Tracer, going to be played by Yonners. We have the Ray going to be on the Chen right there. We have Bernie Byrne going to be on Brad Pitt. We have Ty going to be on the Kira. And Virtuoso rounds out the draft on the Joanna. We, let's see, what do we have for our level 1s? I don't know Chen enough, so we're going to have to read some of those talents together. Basic attacks against bruise-soaked enemies heal... bruise-soaked enemy heroes, there we go, I don't know, my brain kept reading heal. Heroes deal 40 more damage and heal Chen for 40% of the damage done. Okay. I also, by the way, just the summertime Tracer skin where it has the water guns, the noise for it is just so perfect. I was wondering why I got pinged in Bahamut server. Oh, someone actually pinged you in my server? Wonderful. Echoes throughout the multiverse. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you, Kaleo. Thank you for pinging Zix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's actually jump down to this Chen right now in bottom lane as Ray is going to be getting forced back a little bit. Speaking of Ray, they did go into the wingman stack, so they're going to be looking to build up that lightning rod as much as possible with the, by bribing away enemy, excuse me, not even enemy, neutral units. There we go. My brain just is farting so hard on that. But the big thing with that is it's not, you don't have to finish out the entire camp to be getting the bonus value. You only need to, it stacks 5% per minion bribe. So I think what is it 20 for each one? Yeah, 20 stacks to the Falstead. So you could literally get 20, walk over, stagger was used right there. Good timing on that one. Woo. Chen needs to lead hero damage or I'm going to look at him really disapprovingly, but I still hug him and tell him I'm proud of him. I didn't know where to find you besides Bahamut server. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that's at least the server has summoned someone to see their favorite hero. I think I actually did that like a week or so ago when I was casting something as a Probius and I started just like spamming Cat Peach's name and I was like, he on stream. I think that was just about it. We do have 4 talent tiers going to be picked up for both these teams. We're also going to be having the Bruiser camp picked up on the left-hand side a little bit later into the game, and I think they want to try and feed this in right before the objective to have that extra pressure. We do have Yonners getting the kill onto the Misha right there. Chen going to be holding out on that 4 talent for now. Going to actually be going into the Accumulating Flame. Increase ignited damage by 20%. Basic attacks against enemy heroes who are ignited, increases duration by 0.75. Power slide from Shredder right there, really strong. Ty and friends are going to be just swinging around and having a great time in this mid lane as they do have the Leap of Faith to pull them back in. They thought about going back in right there as Virtuoso was still forward, but they say, you know what, it's not worth it. Yonners does hearth back. They should be able to rotate back into here just in time as there's 15 seconds before the first objective. Ray does need to leave because they don't have a global like Jet. Jet also isn't going to be able to make one flight from bottom lane. They're going to have to rotate to about this point on the map to be able to get the flight up into the top lane area. And neither team posturing up for this first objective is a little I wouldn't say concerning, but interesting. I mean, they're just going to try and push into bottom lane, it seems. Chen and Tai are going to be down here. Ray's just going to be drinking some brew, and they're going to try and open up bottom lane. Look at Bernie Burn. I mean, this is Anduin. They're not going to be able to flank the enemy team, but they're like, well, which rotation do I make? Do I do the aggressive one, or I'm going to come in through the bush and just be able to make sure that my friendly members are going to be healed up. Meanwhile, top lane, Tracer's going to be full on the charge bar right there for her pulse bomb. She's going to be able to find someone a little bit low to get the explosion. Let's jump back into bottom lane where Ray and friends are going to be battling this out. 3v3 right now, and it's going to be, hold on. Tai is going to be in a bit of a rough spot. They actually used the grapple to get towards their own gate. That was a little risky right there. That was really risky. Zura, yeah. I'm the reason Chen got nerfed? Really? We have the Chen gods in chat right now. Not just one. We've got like all the Chen gods, I think, which might be just two. Playing a hero so hard that they gotta nerf it is respect. Yeah, that sounds about right. We do have this Tracer trying to get the Pulse Bomb out onto John Knight, but it actually ends up hitting a minion. And John Knight, speaking of, that was a really, really smart play from them. The Rexar was actually sitting in the minion wave, so that way if Tracer did step up and tried to get said Pulse Bomb onto them, they're going to be able to get, it'll hit the minion potentially instead of them. And that Pulse Bomb wouldn't have killed them in any way, shape, or form. It would have put them lower in their health pool and it might have forced the back, but it's just one of those situations where you just have to consider, like, well, is it worth burning this? Or, I mean, the other thing too is this Tracer's already sitting at 80% of the charge already, so it's not like it's difficult for them to charge this up. We can actually see the pathing coming out from some of these players. They're doing shift pathing, which means if this is something new to you, you actually saw, like, I don't know if you might have caught it. There was a little green line that was showing across the ground, and what happens is you can be doing something. So like when I'm channeling an objective, by the way, I'll hit Shift Z, and so when I'm done channeling, I'll instantly mount afterwards. And so you can hit Shift Z and then click to like the left, and so you'll mount and then move to the left after you channel. So, and you can even do that with abilities. Like I know people who actually like they'll power slide and then like Shift R into their power slide, so that as you just end the power slide, you're going to be instantly getting the mosh pit. And so it's one of those things that like it's a high level of play kind of deal where you're able to then kind of prep your abilities in order, and that's a huge advantage. Like that's what separates a lot of players, being able to have that quickness. The other thing too is you can also have the quick cast set to just on, and that's roughly the same thing, but at the same time, just shifting them together is still going to just proc it instantaneously. And I think, me personally, it's a little bit faster than just sitting there mashing R, because you might have that in between phase of you pushing it down and lifting up your hand. It's minimal things like that, but they make a huge difference in this game. I mean, there's a lot of iframe moments or frame perfect moments. The combo coming out of... I just can't even say words right there. Bernie Burn was like, all right, cool, Chastise, dead. Oh my god, but that's going to be a pickup onto that curse point in favor for the members of n0b0 Esprouts, as 10 talent tiers will be hit for both sides. Let's look at some of the other numbers. Falling Sword, is this Falling Sword Light Bomb? Is this Falling Sword? Yeah, is this Falling Sword Light Bomb? Chen did go into the Storm, Earth, and Fire right there. We have Greymane with the go for the throat to maybe finalize that little bit of extra damage onto the Tracer, or even to onto Anduin potentially in the backline. Gus for the false side makes sense because there's a little bit of boss control. Neither team going for boss just yet. And around this point is sometimes when you would see teams go for the boss. So my whole thing is like, all right, in that last objective phase, if they actually backed off and they went straight to boss on the side of n0b0 Esprouts, right as this one would have been announced and probably proccing for the channel, they would have been able to then have that boss and top lane pressure coming in. So you would have been splitting the enemy attention. This is actually what I've been seeing a lot of teams do recently. This might be one of those other things too, that they would have just sniffed it out, seeing them not in lane, and they might have gone for the Falstad Gus play. So something that maybe they considered within their own comms, and that's the reason we're not seeing it happen right here. But Shredded and friends are going to be setting up. Ray is going to scout out the boss, and they're like, oh, they're not there. They're definitely not on that boss. Oops, I need to minimize that really quickly. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to look at something. There we go. Okay, cool. My apologies. Falstad will be picked off in the top lane, and they're going to give this over and go for boss instead. Ray might have not been cued into all that, as they need to get the flying kick right out of there, and they're gonna disengage. But this will be boss in top lane, and I think they realize this. They know this on the side of Broken Alliance, so they're like, we need to try and make a play into this as well. If they didn't show up for the objective, they're probably on their boss. I mean, at least that's what the deduction I would be making right now, is we actually do see Ray backing off. I don't think that they're gonna be going for this, because it's not like they have Wandering Keg by any means. forcing them off the point, being a Chen and such, but they do check this, and they do see that it's below half health, and I don't think they're going to make this rotation time, but what they can potentially rotate onto is going to be k0b0 in this mid lane, who does get the push off that mid, and now we have Boss pushing up into the top lane. We have curse potential for both teams, so either one could potentially put the other team in a curse right now, as we also will be rounding into our 13 talent here in just a moment. I don't think either team should be able to pick it up before this. We have Boss free pushing in bottom, Boss free pushing in top. Bottom is maybe going to get a little bit more value since we have the Falstead still down there as well, and they can see that Falstead's down there, so they're going to try and take the fight. Mosh Pit does come out from the ETC, and they take down the Chen. That's a big pickup before this objective, but they want to fight this. It looks like they want to fight this on the side of n0b0 Esprouts. It might be a bit of a mistake. The Tracer's still in mid lane, and they can see that on the side of Broken Alliance, so they know that the Tracer won't be there. Light Bomb does go out onto the Jonah. They get the stun onto a couple of members. They also get the final strike out from Ty as well. No one going to be going down just yet. Tracer rotating in. A couple of these members are getting lower. Falstead did show in bottom lane for a bit down there, but now they're missing, so they know that Falstead's coming back up. Speaking of things that are back up, Chen just respawned. They can delay this out until Chen gets here. I think they have enough tools on their side to be able to poke at this. We also do see that the Falstead is going to be coming up into the top lane to clear this out. Boston bottom lane is going to be, they're going to be around the same health pool, and I don't think they're going to be losing out too much on either side. But Ray is back into this, and now they're going to be trying to push around John Knight a little bit, as we also do see Lucio trying to amp it up for the friendly team. Falstead going to be flying in as well. 5v5, 13 talent here is here in favor for the members of Broken Alliance, as the CTC and friends are going to be able to find a kill onto the Kira. We do see that the Jonah does finish the subdue, but the Falling Sword is going to be the tool that gets them out of this. They end up getting cursed right there. Chastise comes out from Bernie Burn, but I don't know how much Chen can do. Lucio with the sound wave, as they also find themselves an Anduin kill. Rex are going to finish out that Hunter-Gatherer. Ray going to try and make their way out of this. There's nothing they can do, as they get staggered out as well, and now the members of Broken Alliance are going to be able to get a lot of siege work done during this curse phase, as they will be taking out the mid lane. Yawner's on the safe side as well. I was like, I'm just going to Hearth. Like, I don't need to rotate back for this. And we also do see the bottom lane getting cleared out. The big thing to note here is that Jonah did finish the subdue. That's a huge advantage for them, because you no longer need to hit two players to get the 80% slow. It's every time you're hitting someone with the punish, you're getting that 80% slow, and that could be everything you need in a single target chase to maybe get the kill. I'm gonna go with Mpickle. Thank you for the follow just now. I appreciate that, my friend. Mid lane keep is still up and available. We do see the Falstead stealing. Oh, wait, hold on. That's going to be the Falling Sword coming in. They get the knock up onto 2. They're going to be chasing into this. That will be the slow coming out as well. Shredded has the power slide out. Just to note, we do have the ETC Mosh Pit up and available. I cannot believe that Mason Blaze is still alive. They're actually going to get the recall from Yawner's, and they don't get the kill onto Mason Blaze with some 40 health, I think was the lowest that it went. But they really did a great job of denying quite a bit of value during this curse phase. Bottom lane keep, I think, should be going down. There's way too much damage coming into this, and Chen will do their best to clear this out, but I don't think they have anything to be able to, oh, the blind, actually the blinds maybe. This is so close. The rock goes out. Yeah, they are able to get that keep down right there. So it's gonna be constant catapult pressure coming in through the bottom lane, and we'll go ahead and actually look through some of the experience, the damage numbers, and the healing numbers to get an idea of what those look like before we get into the 20 talent tier. Just to highlight also, Kira is like 8 stacks away from finishing out the fatal wounds at level 1. I'm skimming over Twitch chat really right now. I got a chicken pot pie. Oh, that sounds so good. Just occurred to me, this game is close. Yeah, I'm hoping for a game 4 here, honestly. Falling Sword, Light Bomb, that's going to be a lot of good damage coming in. The Gust comes out, I think, from the Falstead right there. They're trying to turn this fight around. Chen taking a lot of damage. They don't have the Storm, Earth, and Fires. They go down right there. They do get the camp, which is great for them, but they lose their Chen, and the main factor of all of this is they're trying to get a kill right now, and there's so many grouped up members, but they're not able to get the damage they need, and they're going to have to back off right there. They don't have anything to just burst down any of these members in a sense, and this is going to be them. They got the camp, yeah, but they also have a camp pushing in against them. The Chen's down for the next 19 seconds. We currently have Chen, looks like Chen died 3 times right there, unfortunately, and now they're going to be pushing in through mid lane with their 16 talent tier advantage. Do they try and step up and end the game here? Broken Alliance, I need you to throw. I need you to take us to a game 4. I just want more Here's the Storm action. That's really about it. I just don't want our best of 5 series to be a 3-0. I was thinking that it wasn't going to be. Great commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. I hope I got your name right. I hope it's McPickle, or I'll just call you Pickle. But thank you. I really do appreciate it. All I want to do is just give you all great Here's the Storm action and some great viewing experiences. It's going to be 16 to 16 in talent tiers. Let's go ahead and actually, we're going to pull away the talents for just now. Kabiko's going for the channel. They want to try and go after this, but they don't have any sort of way to interrupt it. It seems, yeah, that will be interrupted, or not, excuse me, not interrupted. And they also have the Falstad being able to get that camp in the top lane. Really quickly, what is Falstad sitting at? Can't use the healing fountain, apparently. All right, hold on. They're actually going to be trying to force this fight without the Falstad there, so let's actually focus in on this right now as the Chastise does come out, looking for one of the players. They do have enough to share from Ray, but there's no one to share with, as that will be the shield glare coming out from the Johanna to force this back, and they end up just backing right out of there. I don't think anyone's gonna... Are they gonna try and continue to take this fight? This is a little risky, because there's catapults currently on the core and bottom lane, and they need to be careful. Mosh pit going out into a couple players. There's nothing to interrupt it right there. Chen gonna pop into the Storm, Earth, and Fire. Tracer does go down. Break it down was used by the Lucio as well. Here gonna be trying to get the damage in here, and that will be the Light Bomb connecting onto a few. We have the CTC so very low. Shredded gets the power slide through. That looks like they're gonna be able to get out. The Falling Sword comes out as well. Falstad with the cheeky flight very far forward as Ray is going to use the stagger damage, but they're going to be taking way too much. Gus comes in, forcing a couple members back, and this is going to be catapults already on the core. They wipe all 5. They move in through bottom lane, and Broken Alliance are going to set themselves up to end the game. We can see the GGs are already being... it's M. Pollock originally, but NA doesn't like us Germans. I love Germans. My uncle's a German and lives in Germany, and he does artwork in Germany, in Stuttgart. But that's going to be Broken Alliance taking the best of 5 series in a 3-0 fashion. I eat my words from game number 1. GG. Well played. All right, everybody, don't you go anywhere. We have an interview in just a second, and then we'll close out stream after that. But don't go anywhere. We're going to do this quick interview and let you all just cheer on these wonderful, wonderful teams. All right, let me jump into a voice channel. We'll show you stats for a little bit here as I updated everything in the background. We're all good on that. Alrighty, we know who we're gonna get. I'm in Stuttgart, but no, too. Oh, butt spot. I'm in. Oh, do you know Nicholas Otto Crew? He does a lot of bronze sculptures in Stuttgart. He works for one of the main places there. There will still be some replay matches available if you want to pick one of those up. Awesome, thank you, Arrow. I appreciate that, bud. But at this time, hold on one second. Let me adjust audio really quickly. At this time, we're gonna be joined by John Knight. Congratulations on your 3-0 victory. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling good.
You're feeling really good after that?
Always feels good to win. Never gets old.
So let's back up through this. Let's go through the game right now that we had, the best of 3 series that we had. Because game number 1, you know, Infernal Shrines, that was your map pick, and it was looking really good back and forth for both teams. What is the main reason that you were all just going for, or excuse me, actually I want to jump to game 2. My apologies, because they're both Diablo maps. What's the reasoning for just the race on the first Punisher? Like, was it just you don't care too much about it, or can you talk a little bit about that decision to kind of race during that entire phasing? Or at least the beginning of the game, excuse me.
We wanted, I think we had, you mean the base race, right?
Yeah, sorry, I
not
missed...
the base race, the fort race, yeah.
At the beginning of Battlefield of Eternity, it wasn't during the Immortal phase, I misspoke, because during the...
It was a little before that, yeah.
It was a little bit before that. Both teams were just kind of racing. Is that kind of the tactic right now?
We had better race.
Okay.
Honestly, I probably missed a kill bottom. I think I might have been able to kill Zarya if I lined that square. I 100% killed her, but I might have killed her before that.
Okay.
But I just think we had a better, like, Malthael is not as beefy as Imperius, just flat out.
Okay.
And I just think with Sylvanas trade, in Raynor, it's just a better siege for us. Like, Greymane's good siege. Zarya's okay siege, is pretty good siege, but I think we just win that, especially since Raynor went Exterminator, which was a pretty big deal for clearing the waves and and also the objective.
No, it worked out really, really good for you guys as the game did progress. And so let's actually back up. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but Infernal Shrines, the first map. What was the reasoning for giving over the first Punishers? Does it just get minimal value and you knew you could get more with the Sylvanas push pressure, or was it just like, this is our tactic and this is what we want to go with?
Yeah, that was our tactic. We've been doing that more. We saw a couple teams do that into us, and even though they didn't have the best, most teams don't have the best success with it, we think we figured out a way how to do it better. The problem was the second and third push were kind of impromptu calls that went bad. I want to, like, they were not the right call, like, you know, during the second and third objective where we did that. Like I feel like we could have done maybe like half committed and then gone back to objective to maybe bait them out, you know.
Okay.
But we kind of bobbled that the first game. The second game we basically did it. I don't want to say we did perfectly, but we did it really well. I was really happy with the second game.
The communication coming out from both from your team members it was very apparent in the games that we were having, because you could actually see like really, really good synergies being built, and just, you know, you'd see constant members being like, I'm gonna use this ability, I'm gonna use this ability, and then someone's dead. Like, it was just great communication overall coming out from your team. I really enjoyed it. And so they chose to take you to Cursed Hollow for game number 3. Was there any sort of worry about that? Was the Falstead picked up for maybe like, all right, we'll gust away any sort of bad situations, or we just want the boss controlled with the gust?
Well, I was holding the last pick to kind of see what they'd go, like that pick kind of to see what they'd go, and I just felt like they don't really have a way to kill Falstead if he plays it properly. Now they did, because Jeff played up a little bit one time, I think. But I just didn't think they had. I think the macro pressure, the team fight pressure, Gust, like he's just so good on the map. And then you add like the fact he can cap camp super freely. And again, it accelerated the game. Like, you know, it was kind of even early, and then like we just hit like a bump in the road, and we just started going downhill, you know?
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, your team had a little bit of like, you had a little shakiness at one point when Lucio got caught out when they were trying to poke on one of those objectives. But then after that, it was like, all right, we back it up, we kind of breathe and we bring it back. And that was consistently throughout the game. It was amazing plays coming out from your team. And now you're going to be going into the grand finals for Heroic Division. Do you know who you're going up against yet, or is that still to be determined?
It's between Keanu Reeves and Amazing, between who we face.
Do you have a preference on who you're going to be going into?
I'm okay. I know pretty much everyone on both teams, but I would want to face Keanu Reeves just because.
Okay.
I was previously on a team with Kelsier and Xeniers. It'd be fun to face him again.
It'll be a good time right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think that was our. I'm not sure. Were you the one who casted that set when we played him in the regular season?
I don't remember. I think I'm like nearing 50 NGS games this season, so I'm just like, I think I'm over 50 NGS games, so like it's all kind of being a blur at this point.
Yeah, like that was one of the most fun sets I've ever played, so I kind of want to run back at that just because I was like losing my mind that set, having so much fun, even though that was like the first week.
Still, I mean, I'm glad. I kind of hope that that's what we get to see as well. But this was such a fun best of 5 series. You took it in such a dominating fact. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, but I will say, Amazing. They're super talented. Like I have players like Unaverted, Gronman, you know, Tempest, who's super underrated, that I think are like super good. So I don't know. It's kind of a coin flip between who wins.
Oh,
it
definitely.
All lies on Porky's back.
Yeah, maybe a little bit on Porky's back with that one. But no, it was such an amazing set, and it was such a great best of 5 series. I'm excited to see you all take on whoever you end up meeting in the grand finals. Before I let you run out of here, any shout-outs that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
All right, I'd like to first shout out our sponsor, Broken Alliance. They've been really good to us. I want to shout out our coach, Satat. He was actually a god. I want to shout out my teammates, Tremor, our 6th man, Cubico, our healer, and Macro Shot Color, Shredded, our Micro Shot Color and tank, Jed, our captain and DPS, and Mason Blades, the god, the MVP, the best, the GOAT. Sorry, I got to pump up Mason, you know.
No, it's all good. Yeah, you're good. I'm loving it.
Like I gotta protect his Junkrat win rate, you know.
Of course. Well, the games were amazing, and it was so much fun to cast you all. And thank you so much for the interview. Good luck in your next series, and I can't wait to